there's no need to waste your time. We know why we're here. So let's just get straight to the point. For this rating, we are going to be only using default skins because it would be kind of unfair if we used a Black Panther's Hunt skin instead of the regular one. So let's get into it. First up is Adam. He's got some pretty good ore farm. He has a good stride. He has some conviction with it, and it is a pretty good first pick, if I do say so myself. Next up is Black Panther, and while he looks like he can farm a lot, he doesn't quite do as good of a job as he probably can, so he's going to go and farm harder tier. Black Widow. The thing with Black Widow is that she has two weapons, which makes it kind of awkward. If you have her sniper out, the ore farm is just not really there. It doesn't look as great. The walk animation's all funky, but if you have her batons out, it gets pretty okay results. It's good, but still not the best. So we're just gonna place her in mid aura range. Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner's aura is pretty mid. It's not the best. He walks kind of sheepishly, as if he's trying to act tough, but really isn't. One thing I will point out is that his gun is to his side, which is honestly a problem for other heroes where they just keep like an arm or a weapon just extended and it looks pretty weird. But no one is here for Bruce Banner, let's be honest. Hulk is the real deal. The way his stride is full, the way his shoulders move, his big muscles, it's perfect. As for Monster Hulk, you don't really want to use Monster Hulk to aura farm, as you want to more enforce his already large aura with Monster Hulk's power. But if you do, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Next up is Cap. Cap is alright. He swings his shoulders pretty well. He has a good stride, good form. He can probably be the gatekeeper of aura farmers here. Cloak and Dagger. Now for Dagger, hers is alright. It's okay. It's kind of like the definition of mid. Not the best, not the worst. As for Cloak though, it ain't it. He can't even walk. He kind of just floats and wobbles up and down. It really drags them both down, and they're kind of a package deal, so both of them got to go into drought tier. Otherwise, Cloak would be famine, and Dagger would be mid. Strange. Strange is alright. Could probably be better. It seems like he doesn't really care, but if he did, he could probably farm some mad aura if he put some more power in his stride, more, broadened his shoulders a bit. It'd be pretty nice. Groot. I was kind of excited to see how Groot would turn out, but as it turns out, he does not actually have a walking animation. It's just his regular animation, and he goes slow, which is pretty disappointed. And besides, would Groot himself really aura farm? I don't think so. Hawkeye. Hawkeye is okay. It's pretty good, better than Black Widow's. But he does have that weapon problem that a bunch of other heroes have. He does keep it to the side, so he has an advantage there in that department. But weapon, you'll find out that people who stick out their weapons or an arm actively hurts them more than it helps them. But Hawkeye pulls it off. Okay. Hela. Hela's is good. Her fit really complements the way she walks. It's a nice one overall. She can aura farm, and she knows it. So she goes into aura farmer tier. Definitely better than Cap. Iron Fist, kind of the same deal. He's got a good fit. He's got a good form. Nothing much more to say there. Better than Cap. Probably toward the lower end, but his is still pretty good. Iron Man. Iron Man cannot aura farm. He flies, he cannot walk, and therefore he stays down there where he belongs. Jeff. Jeff was not really made to aura farm. He's supposed to be a cute dog-like shark, not to farm aura. Regardless, though, he doesn't have a bad farm, right? The way he moves his little paws when he's moving to the side is pretty cute, so he can be the gatekeeper of mid. Even though it's kind of a drought because it doesn't really fit the vibe, it's still pretty good. Loki, the trickster. This is pretty good. It's alright. Could be better, but it's still good enough to get him into aura farmer. Loki is definitely the type of character to aura farm, and it kind of fits him, so you can go up there. Luna Snow. Luna Snow was actually surprising. She's got pretty good form. She's got that whole model walking down the walkway vibe, which fits in with her character, and it really helps with the Ore Farm, so she can go into Ore Farmer tier. Probably better than Iron Fist. Loki's better than Iron Fist. Magic. Magic has that aforementioned weapon issue, where she kind of just keeps her sword off to the right, and it makes her right arm kind of stiff, which it kind of kills it a little bit. Even ignoring the sword, her walk is nothing too special, so she's going to go down on the drought tier. Probably still better than Cloak and Dagger, though. I guess Cloak. Magneto, same case as Iron Man. He floats. He could probably farm if he wants to, but just levitating up and down, it's no way to ore farm, my friend. Mantis. Mantis is pretty alright. It's not good. It's not bad, but it's just middle of the road. It's fine. I'd say overall better than Black Widow, but worse than Hawkeye. Moon Knight. This is pretty good. I don't know if it's better than Hawkeye's necessarily. He has that issue where he extends the arm out in front of him, but I don't think it hurts him too much. It looks good. It works. So he goes into the middle tier. Namor. The thing with Namor is that he's kind of got an aura debt to him. We all know what he did. We all know the lore. I'm not going to get into it, but ignoring all that, he has a pretty damn good aura farm. He has the right sort of vibe for it. He has a good outfit. He has nice stride. Overall, very nice. Penny. Penny's was kind of surprising. If you ignore Penny and honestly just focus on her mech, because that's kind of the main part, it's kind of like menacing. It really works if you like ignore the fact that Penny's inside of it. Psylocke. Psylocke is another one of those characters that just sticks out. One of her arms or weapons, she kind of like holds out her right arm, but it honestly kind of fits her. It works for her. I think it's good enough to put her in Ore Farmer tier. I'll say I think it's better than Iron Fist, but worse than Loki. I think this is a fair placement. Punisher. Same thing with Black Widow. 2 weapons, although it does affect how his walk goes, his ore farm goes, but it's still not the best. Punisher kind of just looks a bit funky in general because he's big. I don't know why he has that much muscle, but it's not the best. It's probably worse than Black Widow's. Rocket. For as badass as he is and how he acts, he's got a pretty goofy ass walk, I'm not gonna lie. Wearing all that equipment, tagging him down, it's not it. Aura is not Rocket's thing. Leave him down there with the group. Wanda. She has the same sort of thing as Psylocke, where she kind of just holds out her arm, and instead of helping, it actually just kind of hurts. She lowered the arm, the form is pretty good, and it would do pretty well, but that arm just makes it so awkward. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's pretty good. It's not good enough to get into Ore Farmer. I'd say it's middle, probably worse than Moon Knight, better than Mantis. Not bad, not good, nothing special. Squirrel. Squirrel has this thing where she's always kind of like grooving to something, where she's kind of bopping back and forth. She also has that weapon deal where she's always holding it, but I don't think it really takes away. It's still pretty good. I'd say it's probably better than Spider-Man, worse than Moon Knight. That's a fair placement. Star-Lord. He has the weapon issue I talked about. The weapon issue. It's probably the second worst case. His walk is pretty good if he didn't have his weapons all the way raised. If you put him to his side, it'd be pretty good, but he can farm hard if you put him down. Otherwise, he's probably in the drought tier. Storm. Storm's a flyer. She cannot aura farm. Simple as that. But for you sticklers out there, she does literally have an aura, so I will put them at the top of famine tier. You're welcome. Thor. You'd expect his to be pretty good for how he's built, but honestly, it really isn't it. It lacks, like, conviction. It lacks force behind it. Even though he's good, it's not it. He can go to the top of mid. But you gotta make room for the MVP, right? Venom is made to farm. Take a look at this guy and try and tell me that he does not farm 24/7, 365, even if he's not trying to. Everything about it is fantastic. No one can top him. He's the MVP. He will stay in the spot probably till the end of time. Bucky. Oh, poor Bucky. He's got the whole vibe for it. He's got a cool look. He's got the walk, but he has that weapon extended in front of him, man. It just kills it so much. If he had it to his side, he could probably be bottom of Harvester, top of Farmer, but it drags him down, man. Wolverine. Wolverine looks like he can farm. And he does. He does it well. He's kind of built for it. He executes it well. He's got the look, and it works. Sue Storm. It's alright. Not the best, not the worst, but it's good enough to place him top mid, I believe. Mr. Fantastic. Dick Reed. He does a pretty good job of it. Probably better than Thor, if I'm going to be honest. But he is kind of helped out by his big form. And that alone is enough to probably get him into Ore Farmer tier. With the help of that, if you slow walk with it, you know, you got the big shoulders. Looks kind of goofy, but it's funny, but it still works, you know. And that's the list besides these two. Which is what I'd say if I was lying. Which I am. No, I said Venom was the MVP. Easy MVP. Well, he's not. Take a look at this fucker. And tell me he does not belong on the throne. Look at it. I mean, I know Venom, what he does is good and all, but this, I have no words. It cannot be topped. He is the top, definitive top MVP. Venom, second place. Sorry, Venom, but Fantastic just has an edge over you, buddy. Sorry. And that completes it. Well, besides these two, as I said, but they're not released yet, so we'll never know. If they are how I think they might be, then they both will probably land in Ore Farmer tier. Unless Human Torch is a flyer, then he will be down here. I do not think that's the case. Thing, I think he's confidently going to be up here. Maybe even up here. I don't know about that, though. But if they butcher him like they did Groot, then he'll be down here. So this is probably my predicted ranking. I can't really organize within the tiers, but that is, this is the tier list. These are the best Ore Farmers in the game, so if you want to go, these are the three you pick. If you disagree, you can leave a comment. I will read them and maybe change my mind, but I probably won't, because this is the definitive tier list for now. I will not be elaborating further. Bye!